Amy of Fashion Toppings here, and I'm getting ready to go out and paint. But I was putting the Christmas tree up at our guest house, and when I put the skirt on it, I noticed that after being in storage for so long, the skirt had yellowed. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it's got like a ring of yellow on it. So my cute little Santa Claus skirt can no longer be used. And so I ran in to try to buy one. I went to Kirkland's, I went to, several stores, even Target, and they were wanting like 40 bucks for a basic tree skirt. And in the farmhouse, it's kind of rustic, so I wanted kind of the burlap look. So I have an entire bolt of brown denim. See, it almost looks like burlap, and I have no makeup on, sorry, I'm going out to paint. But I wanted to do this real quick, and so I thought I'd share it with you. But I have an entire bolt that I got at an estate sale for $5, and so I use this for a lot of projects. So I figured it kind of looks like burlap. It'll have that country feel. This is quick and easy. It's a beginner sewing project, and so let's go ahead and make a quick tree skirt for our Christmas tree, and then you can decorate it however you want after the fact. But I'm going to give you the basic tutorial just to get the basic shape, and so that you can have at least a skirt to use for this year. And then if you want your kids to decorate it, you can hot glue little pom-poms on it, or you can, safety pin little tiny stockings or ornaments to it, or whatever you want. Or give them some glitter pens and let them decorate it themselves. But I just want to show you, it's very cheap, very economical. You can use whatever fabric you have around. Now granted, mine, I kind of wanted to match my farmhouse feel. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I laid out a big square of fabric, and I'm gonna put this on top and make sure that it fits. Okay, so my square of fabric that I pre-cut actually fits. If you want to, you can trace it and just add on a 1/2 inch on this side, or 1/2 inch around the outside for seam allowance, and another 1/2 inch on the inside for seam allowance. But I wanna make sure my circle is just right. So I'm going to actually create a new circle. Okay, so now what I wanna do is I'm just gonna put a little pencil mark in the center. Make a little pencil mark in the center. So you know what I use as a center. I just made a little dot with my pencil. You probably can't see that from there, but I wanted to make sure I know what I'm measuring from. So I'm gonna put this right in the center of my opening, and I'm gonna measure out. And it's exactly 22 inches. So I'm gonna actually add on a 1/2 inch onto the outside. So just to be safe, I'm gonna go 23 inches, because I'd rather go big than go small, because you can't make it bigger, but you can make it smaller. So this measures from the center to this edge, measures 22 inches. I'm gonna add 1 inch on just for my seam allowances. So, because we are gonna have to hem our raw edges. So I'm gonna go 23 inches, can I remember that? Okay, now we need to fold our fabric. Making sure I can see my little pencil mark that I did. Fold our fabric once. Okay, I just folded it in half once. I'm making sure that my little pencil mark is right on the fold. Make sure it's flat. Okay, now I'm gonna fold it again. There's my pencil mark. Put my finger on my pencil mark. I'm gonna fold it again. Okay, make sure all the wrinkles are out. My pencil mark is still here in the corner. So what I did, you see, I folded it in half, and then I folded it in half again, making sure my pencil mark, which is the center of the skirt, is right here under my fingers, keeping an eye on it so I know where it's at. Smoothing it out, making sure there's no fabric bunched up. Making sure my folded edges, I care more about the folded edges than I do about this raw edge, because that raw edge is gonna go. So I just wanna make sure my folded edges match up and push my wrinkles away from the fold. Okay, then I took a pencil, put a string on it, there we go, and I'm gonna make sure this string is 23 inches long. I'm gonna measure out 23 inches to the pencil tip. Okay, 23, and I'm gonna cut it. Okay, so my pencil that I have here, I'm gonna zoom in. I guess I'm kind of far away from you. Okay, so I got my string connected to a pencil. The string is 23 inches long. I'm gonna take the string and I'm gonna safety pin it. This is my corner that had the pencil. I'm gonna safety pin it there so it doesn't move. So now it's tight, it's not gonna move. I'm gonna stretch my pencil out so it's nice and tight without pulling that fabric up. And I'm gonna draw a circle on my fabric. You can use an ink pen, you can use a pencil, you can use anything you want because this actually includes the seam allowance. So it's gonna be folded over and you're gonna be cutting on this line anyway. So you can use whatever you want. Just don't use a Sharpie because that will bleed into the fabric. But you can use a regular ballpoint pen, chalk, a pencil, colored pencil, anything you got around. Just making sure it's visible. Okay. My pencil line starts where that string is, and I just stretched it out and drew a half circle. And now I'm gonna cut on that line. Okay, if you have a blade cutter, go ahead and use that. That works best, but mine is actually out in the garage. So I'm just gonna use my scissors. I'm gonna cut right on that line. This is very thick fabric. Okay, so now you can see we have our circular shape. Now I don't want to unfold it just yet. I'm going to snip this corner off here where I put the dot. This is the center, this is where the tree will come out. I'm just going to make a small cut for now and then I'll make it larger if I need to. I'm just going to cut off a corner here, kind of like in an oval shape. So I just, so I got my string attached. So I just cut off just a little bit in the corner so I have an opening. And then you unfold it. See it here? Voila. Now this will get bigger. But I mean, it's depending on you. You might want it nice and tight up against your tree. You can make this circle as big as you want. Now, let's say I want to make it a little bit bigger. All you have to do is fold it back up. Fold it in half. Fold it again. Always making sure that your fold lines match up nice and even. Okay, I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. Okay, see if that is, yeah, that's much better. That's definitely more the size of a skirt. Okay, next. We need an opening to be able to put the skirt onto our tree. So all I have to do is cut a line straight to the center from anywhere. You just have to have an opening. So cut a straight line for the opening of your skirt. Now your skirt's open. I haven't decided if I want to use the light color or the dark color. I think I'm gonna use the dark color. Okay, so next, we need to hem all of our raw edges. So I'm just going to fold it over. I'm gonna do a single rolled hem. I'm gonna fold it over and pin. And I'm gonna do that all the way around. Today I'm gonna use these little clamps. They work pretty well instead of using pins. So I'm gonna eyeball it. I'm gonna fold it over. I'm gonna fold it over a 1/2 inch. And you can press this with an iron so it lays flat for you the whole time. It makes it easier. But I don't want to run downstairs to iron. Okay, this is all folded and ready to put a straight stitch in for my hem so I have a nice finished edge on my opening of my skirt. And you can go ahead and now fold, if you'd like, all the way around your bottom and pin so that we are doing a single rolled hem all the way around the circle. So we'll do the same thing there, and I'll take a close-up picture and insert some close-up pictures as well. Okay, so I have my sewing machine set to a straight stitch. I'm gonna go ahead and start. I haven't folded my center, the circle that goes around the tree. I haven't folded that yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and start at the opening that will wrap around the tree, that opening. I'm gonna start there and go all the way around my circle. I kind of ran out of clamps, so I didn't get it pinned all the way around. I'll have to do it by hand as I go. Okay, so here's my seam allowance right there. Slide it on. Put my needle in the down position. And these clamps are nice because you don't have to worry about putting your pins in the wrong direction, which I am notorious for doing. If I have my pins in the wrong direction, you know, sliding them out before I get to the needle. So these are nice because you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Straight stitch, thick stitch or back stitch. Get to my clamp, take it off. Don't have a lot of room on my sewing table, so this is going to be a little difficult today. Okay, I'm getting down to the edge. I'm going to hold the fold down because this is the outside of the skirt right here. That's the outside of the skirt, the circular part, and I folded it up. So now I'm just holding it down so that it doesn't get out of place. So I'm going to hold it until it gets through. Okay. Leaving my needle in the down position. I'm going to pivot. And now I'm going to go around the whole outside of the skirt. Okay, so as you can see, I have it all hemmed all the way around. And I went ahead and hemmed the inside circle. The inside circle, when you're hemming that, I know it's a curve. You just pull your fabric straight and then you're sewing a straight line. So you're not actually sewing on the curve, you're actually pulling your fabric straight and then it's a straight line when you're sewing. But, so I have it all hemmed. This is the wrong side of the fabric, as you can see. It's all hemmed. Now I need to put some straps on it. Okay, so what I took some bias tape, and if you don't have bias tape, you can use ribbon, you can use pretty much anything, but I just have some leftover bias tape that matches. So I cut 4 strips that were 10 inches long. 4 strips that are 10 inches long, and I'm gonna attach them to the back here. So I'm gonna measure down. Okay, so this is where we're gonna put our straps, is on the opening right here. Okay, so I'm gonna spread this apart just a little bit on the opening. And I cut my little 10-inch strips, 10-inch strips, and I'm gonna pin them on. The first one I'm gonna put down 2.5 inches, measure down 2.5 inches. And I'm looking at the wrong side of the fabric. I'm gonna lay it down at 2.5 inches. And I'm going to pin it, or I'm going to clamp it. So I laid it across. Let me go ahead and zoom in. So I laid it across, as you can see, because since we are looking at the wrong side of the fabric, when we turn it to the right side, I want to make sure that, see, my strap will be hidden behind my nice clean edge. It's on the back side. So I laid it down and pinned it into place. Now I need to make sure the one on, okay, I'll set it aside for now. I need to make sure the one on the opposite side is in the exact same place so that they can be tied and they're nice and even. So I'm gonna also go down 2.5 inches, 2.5 in the corner. Okay, I need to make sure they're in the same spot. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna put it in place. I'm gonna pin it, or I'm using clamps today. And I laid it across. So when I look at the right side of the fabric, you see the right side of the fabric right here? This is the right side of the fabric. And then when I fold that over, the right side of the fabric, it's gonna look nice and neat. These straps coming out. It's gonna look nice and neat. Okay, I'm gonna put another set of straps down lower. So I'm gonna measure from this strap down. I'm gonna go down, thinking about 10 inches. 10 inches, and then pin another one. I'm gonna use a pin this time. Okay, here we go. Now I'm gonna fold it out of the way and do another one on the opposite side, making sure they're lined up. 10 inches down. And then pin that into place. Okay, so I have those two straps pinned in place. So I'm just doing just a quick stitch across all these ribbons at the seam allowance where I have it pinned. That'll hold them into place, and then I'll be right back. Okay, and then there is our string for our Christmas tree skirt. Simple as that. Nothing fancy on the inside, but looks good from the other side. Okay, it's having a hard time focusing, so let me show you the finished product. Okay, I know this one was kind of rushed and it was hard to see because I used such a basic fabric, but I'm making this for myself and I needed it. So I figured if I was making it, I may as well share it. So this is, here's this cute little skirt. So this is a little quick skirt that you can use for your Christmas tree. And on the back, you can see it's nothing fancy, just hemmed edges. And the ribbons are just attached on the back side. And I just use bias tape for my ribbons. You can use any kind of ribbons you want. But this skirt, I'll take a picture of it. It will go underneath the tree down at the farmhouse. But I wanted something rustic. I wanted something just very plain for down there because, you know, we do have people that show up. They have dogs that stay in the guest house. And my last one got ruined. So I just wanted something that is just gonna fit the bill for the farmhouse, something very simple. Now, if you're making this, this would be beautiful if you had just made it in red fabric or black fabric, green fabric, whatever, you know, holiday colors, blue fabric that you wanted to use. But you can decorate it however you want. You can iron on patches. You can take quilted fabric and just cut squares and hand stitch them on so it looks like it's, you know, tattered and worn, and it looks like they're like clothing patches on it. You can let your kids decorate, or you can just leave it like this, like I'm going to. But it's an easy, I mean, tree skirts are easy. I just showed you, I mean, you draw on your circle, you're cutting it out and you're hemming it, and then you're putting some bias tape on for ties. Very basic, like I said. I can't stress that enough. This is a basic one. But you can make these, and the thing is that the price, I couldn't believe the price of some of the skirts. Some were solid, just red, in like a velvety material, just red, simple, basic, just like this. And they were wanting, that one, I think it was $29.99. And I'm using leftover fabric from an estate sale that I paid $5 for an entire bolt, and leftover bias tape, and now I have a skirt. So like I said, I'm sorry. This is the filming quality of this one wasn't great, but I'm in a hurry to get this done for my farmhouse, so I wanted to at least document it so you can see the general idea of how to do it. And then I gotta get out to the garage and start painting some more furniture for the holidays. So, okay, well, this is Amy with Fashion Toppings. Until next time, you have a great day.